Hey, this is Joanne Hewins. I am with lovetocreate.typepad.com, and today I want to talk to you about the new catalog that's coming up. It will be live on June the 4th, and I have some of the pre-order, and I wanted to share it with you. So this is what the front of the catalog looks like, and I have some of these things to show you today. I have this ship and the Magnolia. So let's get started and I'll talk to you about what I have. I'm going to start off talking with you about the new in colors, and this is one of the first ones. Isn't that a pretty color? And this one is called Terracotta Tile. So there it is, Terracotta Tile. They really are a lot prettier in person, so I'm glad that I have them. This one is called Pretty Peacock. This one is Purple Posy. That's going to look pretty with Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. This one is Rococo Rose. Rococo Rose. And then we have this one that is called Seaside Spray. I don't know the names of everything yet, so I'm working on learning those. So those are the in colors. I have the pads and the re-inkers, but I don't think I need to show you all of that. So let's get started with the Bird Ballad Suite. And I want to start off with the paper that goes with this. This paper is just gorgeous. Look at this. The colors that are in the paper are Basic Black, Basic Gray, Bermuda Bay, Calypso Coral, Crumb Cake, Delightful Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Smoky Slate, Soft Suede, and Whisper White. That is a whole collection of colors, so you're going to be able to use this with lots of stuff. So I'm going to go through and show you this side. Look at those birds. And those would be so easy to cut out if you need to. The flowers. The feathers, look at those. And then this. It's a beautiful small print, reminds me of my grandmother, and that's a good memory, by the way. She used to sew clothes, and I can see her making something from material like that. And then this one, and then I'm going to turn them over and just go through. Look at that pretty soft pink, stripe, keys. I guess that's for the bird cage, and here are the cages. I love the way that looks. Looks like seagulls. And then tiny little bird prints in the Daffodil Delight. Oh, I just love this paper. I can't wait to get started making some stuff with that. And let's see what else goes with that. I know you've probably seen some things on Pinterest already. This is the stamp set, Free as a Bird. Now, unfortunately, there are not framelits or dies that go with this. They are selling it as a bundle, though, with these dies. This is the Stitched Nested Labels dies, and they have that double cut like you've come to like from the rectangle stitch dies. So this is a really nice die you could use with just anything. Lots of labels. So these two come as a bundle for 10% off. And then also there is this beautiful lace, the scallop laced trim. Beautiful. And then I also got, I don't usually buy things like this, but this really caught my eye. Look at this tin, how pretty it is. And it's called the Bird Ballad Laser Cut Card Kit. And there are actually, or cards and 10, there are actually 12 of these beautiful lace cardstock covers. And then there are 12 of these beautiful envelopes with the scalloped edge, and then you just do the rest on your own. But isn't that going to make some beautiful, beautiful cards? So that is part of all of the bird stuff. Now there's another one called the Follow Your Art Suite. And I got this because I do have a daughter who is an art teacher. A lot of this has to do with art, but also a lot of crafts. But I just had to get it just because of her. So let's look at these papers. This is called, hold on just a minute. This is called Follow Your Art Designer Series paper, and the colors are Basic Gray, Blushing Bride, Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Crushed Curry, Pacific Point, and Whisper White. And so here you've got brayers and brushes and all kinds of things, pens, markers, color pencils. Oh, here's your glue gun and buttons, all your ribbons and buttons. Oh, beautiful stripe. And then look at that. That is arty for sure. Let's turn them over and see the other sides of them. So this has more of a solid color on the back of those. That looks like clouds. Oh, look at all the scissors. And then, oh, your paper clips and holders. And then, it just looks like stitching. So all of that is really, really pretty. Now to go along with that, they have washi tape. We had a piece of paper that looked like that. And then you've got that stitching. And then look at this, Stampin' Up on there. So pretty neat. So I got all of that. And then as part of that, you have It Starts With Art stamp set. This is a cling stamp set. And with it, you have the Arts and Crafts dies. And look at this, it's got all of the little buttons. And this does a lot of the embossing at the same time as cutting. And even some stitching look stuff over here. So I haven't used them yet, but I can't wait. So that's the Follow Your Art Suite. Okay. As part of that, there's also a Stampin' Up Box that you can get. And I was just putting that together, and I noticed one thing I would say about it is not super, super sturdy. And but it is really cute. I would say it measures 4 by 2 3/4 almost, and this end is 3. So 4 by 3 and about 2 3/4 tall. But really cute. For those of us that are demonstrators, we get excited about those Stampin' Up boxes. Okay, the next thing that I want to talk to you about is the Come Sail Away suite. So let me pull that over. I'm going to go over some of this other stuff and then we'll get to the paper. This is a twine, and it is a Night of Navy twine and Sahara sand. It's just really pretty, and it's going to tie some really neat little sailor's knots. Okay, something else that they have to go with this suite are these metal embellishments. They have the little wheel. I think there's 12 of those, and the anchor. So there are 12 of those in there for a total of 24 of the metal trinkets. And then they have the Memory and More cards. Now I'll tell you, I don't usually buy the Memories and More, but I saw that it had these little cutouts as part of the Memories and More, and I can see using these as dies to help me, or stencils with other cards. So I just want to show you those really quickly because they're pretty neat. It's your C. And then here's an anchor and some of the knots. So those were pretty neat. And you can use the Memory and More cards to help you with making your cards. So some of these are prints that are a lot like the paper that you see underneath. And then a lot are just some other, look, that looks real masculine to me. So a lot of them are other things that you can use. Oh, here's a die stencil that I missed. Oh, a sailboat. Pretty. Okay, so those are really, really neat. I'm not going to go through and look at each one of those, but there they are. And then the stamp set is called Sailing Home, and it is a cling stamp. And then the dies are called Smooth Sailing. So you have, oh, look, a pretty little label that will go with stuff there. Oh, look at the wheel. So some good dies to go with that. See another label here. So that's the Sailing Home stamp set. And then here's the paper. So let me just pull that aside. Yeah, we got a little bit of masculine. And look at those stripes. Really, really neat. Tiny ships. Another stripe. And tiny lighthouses. Now the colors for this are Balmy Blue, Basic Black, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Soft Suede, and Whisper White. And here's your other side. You've got maps, the ropes. Oh wow, look at that. Okay, there's more stripes, nautical tools, and more stripes. So that's your Come Sail Along or Come Sail Away suite. The next thing that I want to show you is the Perennial Essence suite. And I guess that is it. Here's the stamp set. It's called Floral Essence. Now there is a punch that's going to go with this flower right here. It's called the Perennial Flower Punch. So it's going to fit here, and you could do 2 of those and make them a skew, or 3, and make your whole flower. And then this leaf right here fits the leaf punch that we already have. So that's pretty neat. And then the other thing that I got from this suite are these Perennial Essence Floral Centers. And they have a peel-off backing, and then you've got your little center for your flowers. I don't think they've had anything like that before. Pretty neat. All right. And then let's talk for a minute about the Magnolia suite. I think this and the Sail Away, I think, are probably my favorites. The Magnolia paper, I'm going to pull it over, and it is, let me move this for a minute. The colors in it are Basic Black, Early Espresso, Mossy Meadow, Petal Pink, So Saffron, Whisper White, and it's called Magnolia Lane. Here are those tiny little flowers again. Gorgeous. It just gets prettier and prettier as you go down. Love that. Love that. And then this is the same in a different shade. And then let's look at the other side of these. So, more magnolias. Beautiful. A stripe that will go with that. Another stripe. And another stripe. So there's that paper. And then there's actually another paper that I think you can use with this quite a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. It is called the Garden Lane Designer Series paper with Garden Green, Mint Macaron, Mossy Meadow, Pear Pizzazz, Soft Seafoam, and Whisper White. So if you're a green person, and I am, this is going to be one you're going to love. And see, the little magnolias, the little tiny magnolias are in this print. There's some leaves, a tiny, another tiny print. And this is the magnolia look to it. And then just a green blotchy and almost a maze looking type. And then let's look at the backs of these. Okay, that just reminds me of bushes. Okay, there's another, and another, another, leaves, and then another geometric print. Okay, now the stamp set is called Good Morning Magnolia. It comes in 2 containers, so it's kind of like a double set. And oh my goodness, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. The embossing dies, or the cutting dies, are Magnolia Memory dies, and this is what they look like. They do some cutting, maybe some embossing, I'm not sure. But I know on the cover of the catalog it shows making these 3D magnolias. And from what little bit of reading I've been able to do, since I don't have all the supplies to try it for myself, I think it's the magnolia dies, and then I think there's also going to be a punch that is a hot air balloon punch. I believe these outer petals are made using that. I'll have to experiment and see how to do all of that, but oh, it's just so pretty. Now to go along with that, there is a pack, a duo pack of ribbon called the Magnolia Lane Ribbon Combo Pack. And it has this small twine, and it's kind of a little bit of a stiff twine, but thin and easy to tie. And then this, I'm not sure what color that is, and it doesn't really say, but just beautiful, just beautiful. It'll blend right in with that paper. And then I also got the Memories and More cards for these. And one thing I wanted to point out about those is that they have a couple of pages of stickers in them. And then they have some beautiful vellum pieces that are in there as well. Those would be very pretty colored from behind. So, and then lots of stuff that I probably won't use them for the memory keeping, but I probably will use for making cards. Wouldn't that be pretty on a card right there? So that's the Memories and More. They do have the 2 sizes, the smaller and this one. So I even like that. So that is the Magnolia Lane Suite. And then let me show you this one. This is part of the To a Wild Rose stamp set. And this one is one of the $1 million stamp sets. And then these are the dies that go with those. And I'm sorry, I got it stuck there a little bit, but here's another frame for a label or whatever, flowers, and then look at that. That's kind of cute, isn't it? Reminds me of the 70s for some reason. And then I do have a couple of other stamp sets that I got. This was an all-attended giveaway, or actually it was in our bag when we got to on stage. And then this was the stamp set that I won, the Delightful Day stamp set. So that's what I have so far. I would love, oh, wait a minute, one more thing. This is the Mosaic. Let me go back and look at my pamphlet. The Mosaic Mood stamp set. We did get this punch as part of Center Stage, those of us that got to go to that. And then this is a mint macaron ribbon that is just gorgeous. It has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's going to tie wonderfully. Love that. And then this was an all-attending giveaway. This paper, I know that you wouldn't be able to see it, but one side has a shimmer to it. And I'll go through and show those to you. This has the little yellow pieces shimmer. It's like little mosaics that shimmer. This paper is called Mosaic Mood Specialty Designer Series paper. Has Blushing Bride, Crushed Curry, Garden Green, Mint Macaron, Soft Sway, Terracotta Tile, Very Vanilla, and Whisper White. And then the flip sides of this, it doesn't have the shimmer, but still a beautiful paper. I think they've really outdone themselves this year with the designer paper. I'm kind of a fool for the paper, but oh, look how pretty that is with that ribbon. My goodness. And flowers. Oh, the flowers. Okay, so there you have it. That's what I have of the new catalog. I hope that you enjoyed seeing it and that you will be excited about getting some of the new things and seeing the catalog. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.